Imagine a quiet Canadian town in the late 1800s, a place where life was simple, predictable, and untouched by the supernatural. But one night, all of that changed. In a modest wooden house on Princess Street, the peace of Amherst, Nova Scotia, was shattered by bangs from empty rooms, furniture that moved by itself, and chilling messages scratched onto the walls. The people who lived there swore it wasn't a prank. It was something darker. And at the center of it all was a terrified 18-year-old girl named Esther Cox, the unwilling host of what would become one of the most terrifying and documented poltergeist cases in history. Known as the Great Amherst Mystery, this strange saga unfolded between 1878 and 1879. Over months, witnesses, including doctors, neighbors, and investigators, claimed to see unexplainable phenomena. Beds shaking violently, spontaneous fires erupting, objects flying across rooms, and even threatening messages appearing out of nowhere. Newspapers spread the story across Canada. Spiritualists flocked to witness the events, and skeptics called it a hoax. But no one, not even the police, could explain what was happening inside the Teed family home. It all started in August 1878, when Esther, living with her sister Olive and brother-in-law Daniel Teed, suffered a terrifying ordeal, an attempted assault by a male acquaintance. Soon after this trauma, strange things began to happen. At first, there were faint knocks and rustles in the night. Then Esther would wake up screaming, her body swelling uncontrollably, alternating between burning hot and freezing cold. Doctors were called, but they were baffled. During one examination, loud bangs echoed through the room, and the doctor himself saw bedsheets rip away from Esther's body. On the wall above her bed, words appeared, chilling in their simplicity. "Esther Cox, you are mine to kill." The doctor later testified that no one in the room could have written it. The town of Amherst was now in panic. As weeks passed, the activity grew violent. Household objects hurled themselves across rooms. Sharp pins stabbed Esther's skin, and invisible hands slapped her across the face. Fires ignited from nowhere, forcing the family to stand guard at night. And when Esther was moved to another home, the disturbances followed her, convincing many that it wasn't the house that was haunted, but Esther herself. By now, people from surrounding towns traveled just to witness the chaos. Some swore they saw chairs slide across the floor by unseen hands. Others claimed to hear voices answering questions through a series of raps and knocks. The spirits even gave names: Bob Nickel, Peter Cox, Maggie Fisher, as if a small, ghostly army had taken possession of her life. The case attracted the attention of Walter Hubble, a stage actor and paranormal investigator. He moved into the Teed home and began documenting every event in detail. Hubble claimed he personally saw objects levitate, heard spirit conversations, and even witnessed Esther being thrown from her bed by an unseen force. His book, The Haunted House, became a sensation and convinced thousands that the events were real. Yet not everyone was persuaded. Police officers who investigated the house found no evidence of trickery, but they couldn't explain the events either. Local courts, however, took a harder line. After a nearby barn mysteriously burned down, Esther was charged with arson. Many believed the fire was just another manifestation of the poltergeist, but the jury didn't buy it. Esther was found guilty and sentenced to 4 months in jail. She served 1 month before being released, and from that day forward, the disturbances stopped. With the hauntings finally over, Esther tried to rebuild her life. She married twice, had children, and eventually moved to Massachusetts, where she died in 1912. But the story of the Great Amherst Mystery lived on. Historians, skeptics, and paranormal experts continue to debate whether Esther was a victim of supernatural forces, psychological trauma, or a carefully crafted hoax. Even today, Amherst locals speak of the events with a mix of fear and fascination. Some call Esther a fraud. Others believe she was the tragic victim of forces beyond human understanding. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain: the Great Amherst Mystery remains one of the most chilling and unexplained hauntings ever recorded. So, was Esther Cox truly haunted, or was the entire town fooled by hysteria and illusion? More than a century later, we still don't have the answers. But late at night, when the wind howls through the empty streets of Amherst, Many say they still hear the faint echo of knocks in the dark, a ghostly reminder of a mystery that refuses to die.